Hey everybody, it's Jeff from New York, and today we are in fabulous Las Vegas on the Las Vegas Strip. We're going to visit the New York Hotel and Casino today. The New York is one of many MGM properties here on the Las Vegas Strip, and apparently MGM liked this channel so much that they named the property after my channel. Thank you so much, MGM. However, you spelt it wrong, but that's okay, we'll let it slide. Now, most of these hotels and casinos along the Strip are themed in one way or another. For example, the Luxor is a pyramid, and the Venetian's themed after Venice, and, well, you get the whole idea. This one is themed, obviously, after the city, New York, and I have to say it's one of the best themed hotel and casinos along the Strip. They did a fantastic job theming this place inside and out, and you'll see the inside in a little bit. From what I understand, the casino and hotel companies are trying to get away from theming. They consider it somewhat old-fashioned, and new buildings being built from scratch pretty much are themeless. However, I always wondered what would it be like for a New York to be rethemed. I think it would be impossible. Same thing goes for the Paris with the Eiffel Tower and the balloons and all the architecture out front. Some of them would be very difficult to retheme, others not so much. At the very beginning of this video, we walked by the park, and there's a lot of activity going on around here. The Golden Knights, which play at the T-Mobile Arena, have a game in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. You see a lot of Golden Knight jerseys here, a lot of people getting their drink on before the game, and just letting you know that that's what all these jerseys are for and why it's so crowded around here. But enough chit-chat. Let's head inside, shall we? It's 108 degrees, it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I can't understand why those people would wear long sleeve jerseys. They must be really good fans, but I'm dying to get inside. This is Mitzi, the rubber ducky showgirl, who shows up on all my Vegas videos. As most of you know, there are hidden mascots, or some of you call them Easter eggs, in my videos. Mitzi shows up in all the Vegas ones. Sometimes she's easy to spot, other times she's quite elusive, so keep your eyes open while watching the video. If you spot her, note the time in the comments below, and if you're the first one, you'll get a shout out on an upcoming video. We entered through the north entrance, which is right by the park, and the first thing we hit was the sports book, which is right there when you walk in at that entrance. We made a left and come across all these shops and restaurants. Now, these restaurants have two entrances and exits, one being on the Strip and the other one being indoors, which is where we're passing right now. Speaking of restaurants, up on the left-hand side here is Nine Fine Irishmen, inspired by a group of extraordinary Irishmen who led lives of great adventure. This is a pub of epic proportions that was built in Ireland and shipped to the heart of Las Vegas. As for food and drink here, their signature dishes are made only of the freshest natural Irish ingredients that pair perfectly with the finest stouts, ales, lagers, and spirits. I'll have an order of fish and chips, thank you. And again, Nine Fine Irishmen have a outdoor seating and an entrance on the Strip as well. Coming up next is the Chocolate Bar. Craving something sweet? The Chocolate Bar is the ideal place to indulge in a perfectly crafted cocktail that will satisfy your needs. Located next to the Hershey Chocolate World, the Chocolate Bar features classic and specialty cocktails inspired by some of your favorite treats. No matter what you're in the mood for, the Chocolate Bar has what you need. And as I said, Hershey World is right next to the Chocolate Bar. Hershey World is a whole nother store to its own, 2 levels. There's a video on this channel. If you want to check it out, you should. And now we're coming upon the front desk or registration area of the New York. By the way, that mural of the New York skyline above the registration desk, not accurate at all. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, please hit that subscribe button and smash that thumbs up. It really does help the channel out. We just passed America, a culinary journey of American-style food, wine, and beer. Go on a culinary journey with food, wine, and beer from coast to coast, all in one American setting. By the way, if you're here in the morning, stop by America for a cup of coffee and a fresh donut. They make them fresh every morning. They're delicious. Those escalators we just passed on the left lead up to a large arcade, as well as the entrance to the Big Apple Coaster, which is that roller coaster that goes through this building and outdoors as well. Coming up here on the left is Il Forneo. Travel to romantic Italy and indulge in house-made and imported pasta, firewood pizza, rotisserie chicken and duck, hearty steaks and chops, mesquite grilled fish, and the season's picks for salads and soups. Complete this old-world culinary getaway with a delightful dessert and a robust Italian coffee. I've been here countless times and I don't remember this restaurant being this big. It's huge. Coming up next along this restaurant alley, if you will, is Chin Chin Cafe and Sushi Bar. They offer traditional Chinese food, sushi, and Pan-Asian specialties in a bright and colorful setting. From within its exhibition kitchens, Chin Chin Cafe and Sushi Bar's chefs can be found preparing exotic dishes. Coming up next, Gallagher's Steakhouse. Enjoy the finest dry-aged beef and fresh seafood at Gallagher's Steakhouse, a New York City original since 1927. Of course, they're talking about the real New York City, not this tiny but pretty much authentic replication. And now we're heading into the Village Street Eateries here at the New York Hotel and Casino. On the right, we have the Times Square Bar. By the way, Times Square is nowhere near the Village in the real New York, but again, we'll give them some creative leeway here. Here you can stroll through the brownstone and tree-lined Greenwich Village and experience sidewalk dining and all its charm. The Village Street Eateries have way too many restaurants for me to go into detail. I've actually eaten at most of them, but I'm going to play some music and just let your eyes do the feasting. Don't forget to check out my book, 50 Attractions and Many Tips When Visiting Las Vegas. It's down at the bottom in the description of this video that you're watching. It's only $4.99, instantly downloaded to your computer, tons of pictures and fantastic tips if you plan on visiting Sin City. Now, as I said earlier, we're going to head up these escalators because I always keep my promise, and we're going to check out a couple things upstairs, including a Nathan's and a couple other fast food restaurants. There's a rather large arcade, and the entrance to the Big Apple Coaster is upstairs as well. Hold on tight! Alrighty, just to give you guys some perspective here, I went back downstairs through the casino and I'm heading up these escalators to check out the mezzanine level where we have Ugly Coyote, some restaurants, and some shops as well. Hold on tight. Now, coming off this escalator, if you make a left, it's going to take you to that walkway that goes over the Las Vegas Strip over to the MGM. But we're going to make a right and check out what's up here. This little bar up here has a great view of the casino floor. If you make a right at the escalators, which we did, and go all the way to the end, you come to this overpass, pedestrian overpass, which goes over Tropicana Avenue and takes you straight into the Excalibur across the street. But we're not heading over to the Excalibur today. We're going to head back in the direction we came, and on the left-hand side here we have Coyote Ugly, where you can experience a live version of the saloon that starred in its own movie, featuring lady bartenders showcasing their artistic pouring techniques. Yep, that's what they're showcasing. They also have a decent pizza place up here, as well as a hot dog place and a convenience store. And I guess the lesson to learn here in the New York is the higher you go, for example, we're in the mezzanine and before we were in the arcade, the higher you go, the less expensive the food is. And up here you can also access the Hershey World Store's second level. By the way, that Statue of Liberty is made entirely of Twizzlers. But I'm gonna head downstairs and do a slot pull here at the New York, so stay tuned for that video, which should be coming up shortly. So what'd you think of the New York? Leave a comment below. I've never stayed here. If MGM wants to throw me a night or two as a comp, I'll be more than happy to. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you for watching New York. Keep watching or we're gonna arrest you and molest you.
Okay. Cut! Take 2.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you for watching the New York channel. Please subscribe.
If you don't, we're gonna arrest you.
And molest you.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, comment, ask some questions, and most importantly, subscribe by clicking on the button on the left. You can visit all of my New York videos by clicking on the top right, or check out my videos on other favorite places to visit by clicking on the bottom right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around the city.